Hey guys, Big Papa Pump here. What's going on, bro? This here's my Amazon. Haven't played her in a few days. Maybe even a week. Been using my Smiter Zealer. More videos to come on him. And the droid. But check this out. Just some very basic GG gear. But this video is about what's going on at BlizzCon this year. As a lot of you guys know, I made a video on it yesterday, and a lot of Diablo YouTubers have, how Blizzard basically on their Twitter or whatever pretty much made it known to fans that they should not be expecting what they've been expecting. You know what I mean? Like, we've been expecting a Diablo 4 announcement, maybe Diablo 1 or 2 remaster. But I'm afraid that even those are hoping for too much, according to what they mentioned in that, little tweet. And for the first time yesterday, I started to be concerned that one of these Diablo projects that are in the works, one of these multiple Diablo projects, in fact, perhaps even the biggest one, is going to be an expansion for Diablo 3. And who the hell wants that? I know some of you guys do, but I mean, as for the masses, pretty sure people are ready for Diablo 4. And this might just be niche, but Daddy in particular, along with most of my subscribers here on my YouTube channel, I know that we really want a Diablo 1 or Diablo 2 remaster. Like with Diablo 2 Remaster, for example, and people say, well, if you want to play Diablo 2 Remaster, just play Diablo 2. But the problem is, there are some major improvements that could easily be made for quality of life, etc. on this game. That would really make it, a better game. It pisses me off how fucking small this stash is. You see this? And how you have to transfer the stuff onto mules, That really sucks. They should make a huge stash. People go over to Pluggy. A lot of the big streamers play Pluggy, including my boy Dobrunsky. And I don't blame him, because on freaking Pluggy you can have that huge stash. And you can collect all your GG, man. And this game is all about collecting the GG. But I like to play Battle.net realms, That's primarily, I think, what Blizzard intended in terms of the way of this game being played, is on Battle.net with your boys. Under the rules of Battle.net or whatever. But dude, this stash sucks. Imagine having a huge stash with a bunch of tabs. Maybe not like nearly infinite tabs like Pluggy, but just a ton of tabs. And, they could be separated. You could have shared stash tabs, so you don't have to throw your shit on the ground to transfer it. And then you could have just character-based hash tabs, or stash tabs. And you could alternate between the two. That would be an improvement. That would make this game awesome. And they could make another act. And maybe some new rune words, That's really all it needs. New items, new rune words, another act, and a big-ass stash. And, of course, what everyone draws to when they think remaster, maybe some refined graphics, So it's more up-to-date, man. So it's more appealing for people to want to jump on and play today. So I think a remaster would be awesome for those reasons. And I don't just, this game rocks and that's why I play it. But it could be so much better if they were to just make a few minor improvements. Now, it doesn't seem like it'd be that much, And I think, and obviously the improving of the graphics is pretty big because it's going to get players to come back and play. And, perhaps more importantly, it's going to get new players to come on and play. When they see it at BlizzCon or whatever, the new Diablo 2 remaster, little, oh, shit. Little duck-billed platypuses are going to see that, and they're going to be like, whoa, this game looks awesome. Look at those graphics. And they're going to come and play it. Or even a Diablo 1 remaster would be awesome. with maybe some new combat mechanics added. You know, so like a Diablo 1 remake rather, because the basic gameplay of Diablo 1 is just so... It's so freaking basic. You know, you just have like one attack. So if you want to play Diablo 1, play Diablo 1. But I think they should make a remake of it, where they have a bunch of combat skills and stuff, and maybe regions that you can explore beyond the cathedral even. You know? I mean, hell, maybe even best case scenario, and this crossed my mind, what if they make a hybrid between the two? They make like a Diablo 1 is your like your first act, and then you make it out into the Diablo 2 realms, and it's all in one game. And then you can travel back and forth in Nightmare and Hell mode, but who knows? I mean, it's just kind of an idea I shot around for just a moment, you know? But yeah, my concern is that they might be working on a Diablo 3 remaster. Or not remaster, I'm sorry, a Diablo 3 expansion. So it will be the second expansion for Diablo 3. Along with maybe another character. And the problem with this is there are many problems. For one, a lot of us don't like Diablo 3. You know, we're sick of that shit. You know, everything about the game, it's changed so much in the way that it is now. With just legendaries falling from the sky continually. You know, there's that chase is almost taken away. It's not exciting getting the GG. There's no rune words, so you can't collect things and make cool things. And all of the endgame builds are just the sets, you know? You just got, like a chimpanzee could play Diablo 3. It would just have to match all the colors. And all of a sudden, boom, you're the endgame build. And the same applies to all characters. So there's no variation in that. You just got to match all the colors, like a dumbass monkey. So that's what really sucks. Also, all the endgame builds are indistinguishable from one another. You know what I mean? Like, they're all just... Like, the Barbarian, the Wizard... I almost forgot all the characters, man. But I was just playing this game not too long back. The Crusader, the Demon Hunter... All these characters, man, they're just all the same in the end. Where it's just a constant explosion of lights and fireworks and shit. And the whole screen is just lit up, and there's just enemies surrounding you in those big rifts. And it's just boom, 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 boom. It's just, you can't even see what the fuck is going on. So they all feel the same. All the maps feel the same. Just the end game on it sucks. You know, I don't care if it's a different atmosphere and environment. It's not going to make a difference. You're barely going to be able to see the environment as it is. There's just so much explosion going on around you, where you can't even distinguish what the hell your character is doing and what moves are doing what. So if they make another act, it's not going to matter. It's just going to be constant explosions with a bunch of shit raining from the sky, where you get overburdened with legendaries. And obviously it's not even, they're not even unique or fun anymore. There's just so many of them falling from the frickin' sky. You know, they're just giving everyone a trophy. There's no competitive aspect in Diablo 3. And the only thing that distinguishes, you know, a seasoned character to a non-seasoned character, like a veteran or whatever, is that the numbers are bigger. You know, they thought they had to make a change, so they brought ancient items, which are the same as the regular uniques or legendaries, only their numbers are a little higher. So you can get to a higher number in the Greater Rift, but all the gameplay is the same. And then they made the primals as well, which is just, let's just bump these up another 20%. That's all they had to do, was just type it into a little calculator, 20% more damage and mods, and then they hit enter, and all of a sudden, you know, it can be a new game edition, so-called. Where, I mean, it sucks, man. It's just greater numbers. So a little baby playing this game, like an endgame build that matched all the colors to the set, isn't going to look any different from like a guy who's been playing it for 10 years, you know? Minimizing and maximizing their character out. Because all the style is going to be the same. All the explosions and shit and all the environments. It's just one's going to have higher numbers shooting above it as it's killing things. That's the only difference in the end, man. You know? You can't work your ass off for like months and months and months and months like Diablo 2 and finally find like a burr rune or something, or a low rune to make your fortitude, where all of a sudden you're doing a hell of a lot more damage, or a burr rune where you can get Enigma, to where you can actually teleport. You know, it changes the mechanics of the game. Then you can make unique builds off your teleport. The newbies come in and they'll be like, holy shit, it's a paladin who's teleporting, you know, or it's an assassin who's casting frozen orb with this mace called Rift that she's using. You know, and this is just scratching the surface, man. Just the awesome things that you can do with unique items in Diablo 2 by putting so much time into the game and gathering up those high runes that not the little kids can collect, you know? But in Diablo 3, the little kids can just match all the colors, and they even give you the fucking set. You know, you just gotta do the little season things, the little adventure journey thingy on the right of the screen. Go kill Azamadon, here he is. It's really easy. You know, go kill the Siege Breaker, here he is, it's really easy. And then we'll give you your set, little kid. And then you can play just like all the big boys. You can do all the stuff the big boys are doing. And then in order to appease the big boys, they'd be like, okay, you can do all the things the little kids are doing, only we're just going to make the numbers a little bigger, okay? You know, we're just going to, you know, punch this in our little calculators. You get 20% more damage if you keep playing really hard and find these primals, even though it's the same fucking thing as the regular legendaries that you guys have been working with for years. Their numbers are just a little bigger is all. Like this one gives 1,000 intelligence, but however this one gives up to 1,400 intelligence, okay? So your damage is going to be a little bit more than the little kids. So the little kid is doing Rift 50, but you big boys who've been playing this game, put all your time into it, you're going to be able to do Rift 100. Okay, no, it's the same thing. No, there's nothing to distinguish it from Rift 50. It's just the numbers are a little bigger, okay? You big boys are going to be seeing like millions and millions of little critical hits and stuff, while the little babies are going to be seeing like 70, 80,000, 100,000, you know, 500,000, but they're not going to be seeing millions and millions, you know. But the good thing is the little babies can hardly even see these fucking numbers anyway, that they're not going to care, and they're going to be appeased. They're going to be thinking that they're doing all the things the big boys are doing, because the end game is that's all that really matters to us, is that the babies feel like they're doing all the things the big boys are doing, and the big boys who are dumb enough to keep, you know, to think that this is a competitive edge to the game is just giving you bigger numbers, you know, are going to keep playing. But there's not enough of those dumb big boys, man. That's why people quit Diablo 3 and are playing Diablo 2. Hey, listen. Okay, I know some guys who play Diablo 3, okay? They're not all dumb. You know, I'm just going on a little rant here, man. And I played Diablo 3 for several months. And everybody know Daddy ain't a dum-dum. So it's really not true, okay? It's not, in its entirety, it's not true. You know, there's still, it's just the end game, there's something really lacking. I mean, even the fellas who I know who do play Diablo 3, they'll admit that, and they'll say that, you know? But you're not a dum-dum if you're a big boy who plays Diablo 3. It's just, there's foundational differences, you know, that just don't give the lasting appeal that it could potentially if they were to add some new game, you know, some new areas, some new coverage, or some new items, or some new abilities that you can reward the hardcore players with, the people who put a lot of time in it with, outside of just, you know, making bigger numbers. So yeah, I mean, maybe guys who are actually really good at math and shit like to play Diablo 3. I don't know. But I'm gonna quit though, you know, trying to excuse what I said, because I think it's partly true that it sucks how the only difference is the numbers are bigger. And the little babies can feel like they're doing what all the big boys are doing. So, and it's just probably some big advertisement tactic to try to get, you know, as much as you can in. But then the folks who fell around the ball curve, like us, you know, who want something more, we just don't really matter that much. But it kills the lasting appeal. You know, the hardcore fan base, you know, a lot of them went back to Diablo 2, but I don't know. I don't think we need another expansion, because it's just going to be all that bullshit. And look at this, man. This will make a great Last Wish. Holy shit. That's a Last Wish base right there. Oh my goodness, but Daddy ain't got those runes. And Daddy ain't want to buy them either, and Daddy ain't want to use currency from the trading sites that I've actually gained from trading shit on here because, you know, that's kind of a cop-out, man. Not gonna lie, and I've done it a lot. But it's not as rewarding as finding your own shit. But how the fuck am I gonna find jaw, burr, burr, all that bullshit that goes into Last Wish? But I gotta hang on to it, man. You can't throw something like this out. So I can't even know why I'm stuck down here. Look at this, I was going on a rant, but I'm stuck, man. This is automated. You know, Daddy plays this game half autopilot. I knew something was fucked up. I was like, oh, I can't put down the Tome Reaver and leave it. And I can't put down this fucking sword either. Oh, shit. So I'm just stuck now, man. I just got to go throw this in another game for a mule. Because I'm too filled. You know, this game needs a bigger stash. We need a Diablo 2 remaster. So that I don't have to go play Pluggy to get the big stash. You know, I want to play in the Battle.net realms where most folks are. You know what I mean? But I want a big-ass stash. Something similar to Pluggy. Doesn't even have to be that big. I mean, shit. Give us like 20 or 30 tabs. You know, and expand the one that's there already. Like, make it like twice that size. You can fit, man. It's only taking up like a third of the screen. And what the fuck were they thinking when they made this? They knew we were going to be collecting the gears like crazy. And they just give us this little tiny square to put it in. That's bullshit. But anyway, like this video if you will, man. And another problem is the character added to Diablo 3 isn't going to make a difference either. Just like the Crusader, and just like the other one that they added, the Necromancer. You know, I played both of them. You know, got to like Rift 50 or whatever. Like the babies. But that's all I saw it worth playing, because I didn't really care. I knew, well, the only thing beyond this is the numbers are going to get a little bigger, so fuck this. You know, so I stopped. There was no enigmas, there's no infinities to strive for. Nothing like that. You had all the good shit. You just matched all the colors, and I had all the good shit. So I quit it, like Rift 50. I was like, fuck it. The numbers are just going to be a little bigger is all. That's the only difference. And that might be attractive to some people, you know? And that doesn't mean that they're dumb. But I think we need something, you know, more than that added to the game to give it more lasting appeal in general. But anyway, a new character is going to be the same shit, man. You know, they had the druid, let's say. It's going to be cool when you're walking around at first, when you can actually see your little bear and see your little wolf. But then at the end, man, like a couple hours into gameplay, when you hit 70, you're starting to do the rest with everyone, or even by yourself for that matter. It's just boom, 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 boom. It's just constant explosion and fireworks. And you can't really see your little bear going up and doing his thing. It's just going to be boom, 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 boom. Just like Diablo 3 is with all the endgame characters. And builds. It's just going to be all that. You know, just fireworks. And it's not going to matter if there's a new little tree or a new little landscape. It's not going to matter. It's just going to be boom, 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 boom. For the rest of the fucking time. To put you into epileptic shock, man. To give you a freaking seizure or something. I mean, it hadn't happened to me, but I can imagine, you know, that stuff wears on you. Like, folks go to bed after playing that game for 10 hours straight, and it's just like, shit, I'm still seeing this shit in my head. There's so many lights, you know. But it needs to be more distinguishable, like Diablo 2. Like how this Amazon, you can see what she's doing. You can see her run. And you can see her throw the javelin, and then when it hits, you can see what it does. Or you can just use your little bow. You can modify all the little things it does. And it's not like the dumbass multi-shot in Diablo 3 where it's just a static stream of arrow. You can actually manipulate the stream. The broadness of it. So you put your mouse close, and it shoots them really broad. But then you put your mouse way far away, and it tightens it up, you know? So it's like a shotgun up here, then it tightens it up to more rifle-like, man. See, so there's all that like variation, and there's so many little slots where it varies, you know. And that sort of thing isn't in Diablo 3. They're just like, fuck it, let's just make just one stream, and they can't manipulate it at all, and it's just very static. Let's just do that. You know, they simplified it even more. But yeah, we don't need another expansion, right? That's not what we're excited for. We want a Diablo 2 remaster or a Diablo 1 remaster. or a Diablo 4, but it sounds like they're not going to announce Diablo 4 at this BlizzCon. So we need a Diablo 1 remaster and some footage, or 2 remaster, or at least a promise that the shit's going to happen. Like the video if you're with Iceman on this. And become a patron if you want. Link in the description below. Appreciate my patrons. Peace with you.